Have you ever asked your coworker that started at the same time as you with the same job how much they make, and they say they make you more? How does that make you feel? Everyone deserves to be treated equal no matter the race, gender, religion, because we're all the same inside. People should not be discriminated against because of something they have no control over, which brings me to a topic that I am very passionate about, because we've been learning about women's roles all throughout history and how just now they're getting the credit they deserve, yet aren't receiving the same pay. We will talk about the problem with unequal pay, the causes, and the solution. But first, we must address the significance of the problem. Unequal pay affects women all around the world, and it's a serious problem in our society, for they have harder time getting promotions and they're just unfairly compensated. Women have been treated as second class compared to men since history was written down on stone. They have been known to be the ones attending to male needs and all around just being treated as second class. Only 100 years ago, women were given the right to vote because men didn't think their opinions mattered. But now women face a different problem: unequal pay. According to the State of Gender Pay Gap, for every dollar man makes, women are paid 80 cents. And for a 40-year career, that could range up to $900,000 lost. According to Unequal Pay, the Role of Gender by Mohammed A. and Leslie T., the segregation of women in lower level positions causes the pay gap between men and women to widen. One of the main reasons there is such a huge pay gap is because women face barriers in advancement, that when they do advance, it's usually at a slower rate compared to men. This is important because we should have more women fighting for the pay they deserve rather than just settling for what's given to them. Now that I have discussed the significant problem of unequal pay in gender, we will now go over the main causes. Unequal pay is caused by society's idea that women cannot do what men can. This dates back to around 1776, when women weren't entitled to the same rights and privileges as men. Their educational and occupational opportunities were severely limited. It was commonly believed that a woman's place was in a home, raising children and tending to their husbands. Until late 1800s, when laws began to change, that's when they looked at women differently. But if there's one thing to learn throughout women's history, is that they always prevail through any challenge. A reason there is such a huge pay gap is due to the fact that we see more women working low-income jobs or minimum wage jobs instead of high-earning roles, and that's because they're just a lot easier to get. According to Mohammed A. and Leslie T., women remain concentrated in lower echelon positions for cultural, organizational, and human capital reasons. According to Mary A. Herman, experience with work-life balance, motherhood accounted for a significant portion of the wage gap between men and women, concluding that the maternal wall was more determinal than the glass ceiling, which comes to show that being pregnant in any field will have your colleagues, co-workers looking at you as if you're less capable of doing your job. It's a stereotype that links motherhood with lack of competence and commitment. According to the timeline of legal history of women in the United States, a big change was in 1848 at Seneca Falls, when the Declaration of Sentiments was signed, a plea for the end of discrimination toward women throughout all aspects of society. This goes to show that women have been oppressed, and even in today's society, the problem they face now is unequal pay. Finally, I will address a solution to solve this problem. We need to enforce the law the government has already provided but has not acted on yet. Gender discrimination may be solved by employers being convicted or fined for not following the Equal Pay Act. The Equal Pay Act was passed in 1963 and was signed by President Kennedy. The law mandates that equal pay for equal work by forbidding employers for paying men and women different wages or benefits for doing jobs that require the same skills or responsibilities. This is according to Equal Pay Act by History.com editors. Providing equal pay at a company has a lot of benefits for its employees and employers. According to What Are the Benefits of Equal Pay for Women and Men? When female employees know that a company has a reputation for pay equality, there's a higher likely chance of getting more qualified candidates. This solution must be put in place now, and I will tell you how you can be part of solving this problem. What we need to do is start enforcing the Equal Pay Act throughout companies that pay men more than women for doing the same job. Congressman Joaquin Castro needs to be shown awareness for this problem, and together we can make change.